Alright, everybody, I'm back. I'm gonna do a workout. So, we'll get right into it in a second. Just gonna do a few. Alright. Today, try and do some pull-ups. Yeah, it's a nice day today, so I thought, yeah, let's do an outdoor session today. Yeah, it's quite a nice day. Yeah. So, welcome in. What is everyone doing today? I'll get started in a second. So, I'll just have a little, stretch on the try and warm up the lats really, and the shoulders and stuff. Just have a little kind of just get the muscles warmed up a little bit. I just do a little. Alright, who we got in here then? Got somebody watching. So I'm gonna start off with a few pull-ups, I think. Hello, Jadine, how you doing? Hope you're well today. Thank you for the like. So, just got a workout. I'm gonna do a full body calisthenics session. What's Cole? Do you mean Cole? Oh, good. Oh, cool. That's good then. Hit the like button, everybody. Welcome in. We're gonna do a few pull-ups, some push-ups, things like that. It's a full body session. So yeah, I'm just so a little warm up first, just kind of get the blood flowing. You know, just do. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. So just gonna have just a bit more of a stretch on the. Try and get those muscles working. Right. Hello, the Brain Rot Kid. How you doing? I hope you're well. So we'll get right into this workout then. So yeah, hello. What's your name? Hit the like button, everybody. Subscribe if you're new here. Right. Let's get right into it then. Here we go. Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm trying to work on motion, but yeah, I'm kind of been struggling a bit, but I'm getting there. So yeah, welcome. So where is everyone from? So I'm in the UK. I'm in a place called York. If anyone knows where that is, it's a little city. It's a little historical city. So yeah, right. full range of motion, just do kind of partials. And I'm even struggling with that now. But yeah, pull-ups are one of the things I'm trying to work on. I'm doing alright, thanks. I'm just did a few pull-ups, but I'm struggling with it now. But gonna like do a few other exercises. I think we'll do some more push-ups. I think. Unless I might actually do some. Well, it's kind of like a face pull, but I'll show you what I mean. It's like got a bar like this, and then 1, 2, 3. Like that, right? So I was trying to do headbangers, but they are quite challenging. So look, can't get the full range of motion with them, but hi David, you alright? Welcome back. I'm doing alright, thank you Rich. I'm just out of the park now, just trying to do this workout thing, innit, you know. Let's try neutral grip again, see if we can do it that way. The pull up, so watch this. Let's give it a try. Try and tilt the camera so you can actually see. Right. I might have already exhausted that, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard, but it's no excuse not to do it though. Hard things are what get you the best results in life. If something's easy, then it's, you know, it doesn't tend to get you the best results. You have to put work into things, and otherwise, you know, you can't really complain, can you? A lot of people just want to be like victims and just complain about things and why me, why am I in this situation, blah blah blah. You know, we need to not do that. So, right, let's do some more push-ups. So, here we go. One. We need some more drink, I think. Let's have a drink. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's well. Try and share this out if you can. But we're finally getting the hang of things, so that's good. No pun intended. Right. So, rows again. We'll do a few of those. Bodyweight rows. It's a good one for hitting the back in a different way. You've got pull-ups, which are good for back width, whereas rows are good for back thickness, hitting muscles at different angles. What's this Q&A thing? I don't know. Let's just do that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like a little bit intrusive. I don't know if there's. Oh yeah, we can just like change the size of it. Don't want it to be too intrusive, really. Let's try and make it so people can see it, but right. Here we go. So yeah, must be a new feature that they've added to the lives. It's like Q&A feature. So cool. Right. Here we go. So probably do some crunches after as well. So right, here we go. So one, two. Oh. How we doing, everybody? Hope you're all well. Yeah, I've just put up a Q&A thing if people want to do that. Right. Okay. Let's do some more face pulls then. So we've got push-ups, some jump squats, and then I might end with some like isolation stuff. Like I said, just save that till later, so it doesn't hinder performance on other stuff. But probably do some crunches as well. So yeah, it'll be a good session. So right, here we go. So that exercise, it's going to work mainly middle and rear delts and upper back. So it's a good one to add in to, like, rows can miss some muscles, like upper back muscles sometimes, depending on each individual. So I try to incorporate lots of different exercises, make sure I'm not like missing out really. I should probably work hamstrings more, but for some reason it seems like my hamstrings probably get some indirect work from other exercises. Like especially when I'm doing things like pulls, reps and stuff like that, that might work them isometrically to provide some stability. I'm not exactly sure, I'm not, you know, acting like I know everything about this stuff, but it's like, but I think they just do get some work because my hamstrings aren't exactly like weak or anything. They are pretty strong. Maybe I could start doing some more isolation, like the body weight hamstring curls and stuff like that, or even like there was one called a glute ham raise, but you can sort of like progress it more into like Nordic curls, but you can just do more of like a Nordic curl negative, and then you would just kind of use your hands to basically push you off, so because some people are going to really struggle at like the lower position. But yeah, so there's ways of kind of doing it, but yeah, but the more that you basically like progress it to like, you know, more of like a, if you do more of like a, say a Nordic curl, it's going to be harder. There's going to be a lot of ab work, I think, in that as well, because of it requires a lot of core stabilizing, I think, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. There's a lot of different components to like, yeah, like working out stuff like I've learned over the years, but if you want to just get in decent shape, you don't have to worry too much, but it's good to know about isolating different muscles and things like that, just in case you have any weaknesses and stuff. You don't want to prevent necessarily getting muscle weaknesses unless you're training specifically for a certain thing. That, like for example, gymnasts tend to have very strong biceps actually. So, whereas, you know, compared to like some of the other muscles makers, they tend to do a lot of things like a lot of stretch on the. They do a lot of these like ring exercise, a lot of stress on the biceps. That's why they grow so big from that. Well, they do other things as well, like pelican curls and stuff, and they're really good for. I think they actually complement gymnastics actually, because of the stretch that you get on the biceps doing that. It really kind of puts a lot of strain on that kind of stretch portion of it. Whereas I think with like regular bicep curls, it can sort of like, depending on the angles and stuff, it stresses different portions of the movement. So yeah, so a lot of people like to try and add in variety. Some might, you know, target different heads or whatever, or target in a different way. Might try the face pulls on this one actually. So. It's kind of like a different form of a row, but instead you're like flaring your elbows outwards when you're doing it. Just going to target the muscles somewhat differently. For some people, rolls might work. You know, their upper back, their rear delts and stuff. It depends. Depends on the angles of the muscles and stuff. Everyone's slightly different. The genetics are slightly different. So yeah. Let's try a chin up actually. Oh, fuck. Oh, not quite. Might try it again actually. I'll just give my muscles a chance to like recover a little bit, I think. and then try it again. But yeah. I've noticed that sometimes, like doing pull-ups, I seem to get a bit of indirect training on the triceps, which is not what you'd necessarily expect. But thinking about it, I think you might get some during the eccentric portion of it if you focus a lot on that. If you're doing slow negatives, then you may get some bit of tricep engagement there, because when you're doing the when you're think about like how the tricep works. Well, when you're resisting the negative, it's sort of like possibly going to be working the triceps in a way, instead of it working to extend, rather resisting that sort of thing. So it could possibly work it in some way. I do feel like my triceps do get a little bit of engagement. In fact, I've even felt like at times that the triceps started to actually become, kind of tired, and that could actually end up being what's the limiting factor after a while. So yeah, so that could be a problem if you do too many like negative reps. So it could possibly end up fatiguing the triceps, possibly, if you if you want to just focus on that. So maybe don't have too slow of a negative, but it just comes down to personal preference and what your personal goals are. But everyone's going to be different, I guess. But right, so we'll try a chin up to see if I can do that. But I did try and I think I wasn't quite, so right, here we go. So get the dead hang. There we go. Get a good bicep engagement. But yeah, just hope everyone's well today. I try to like share value and tips and things if people are interested and all that. So yeah, this is like a full body workout if anyone's interested. Just go back through it. These are all exercises that work almost your entire body. There is different variations and a few other exercises that you can do as well, but just this workout's going to hit most of your muscles. You might want to have some kind of isolation for like your side delts, for example, and like your upper chest, do like decline push-ups, for example. But yeah, if you're just like starting off, then even just this workout's going to be a good one for just getting some shape. So yeah, right, here we go. So I'm going to do another set of push-ups and squats, jump squats. Then I think I'm going to do a few bicep curls, tricep extensions, and some crunches. Then we're done. So yeah. Okay. So let's do bicep curls. This is going to isolate the biceps. So get under a bar like this and just do what I'm doing. Just going to pull my elbow position. Yeah, I'm gonna do a few more push-ups. So yeah, doesn't seem like there's really have a drink, guys. This stuff gets your heart going as well. You're doing like kind of this style of workout, doing kind of supersets and stuff. Yeah. Alright. We could do dips, but I'm not really a big fan of dips that much. I just find there's a lot of stretch. It's very uncomfortable. Do them occasionally, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna do tricep extensions. Try and work on strengthening the triceps, getting them a bit bigger, and yeah. So just do this. In fact, we're doing the single arm. Whew. Fuck. That is tough, that. Right. How we doing, people? Hope everyone's well. I could do it like this, so just kind of like are regular ones. Is everyone alright? Just like destroying my muscles as per usual. Yeah, just destroying to build them back stronger and bigger. Looking like, you know, looking like a beast, you know, getting swole. Yeah. Anyway, that's yeah. So we're going to do bicep curls again, I think. So anyone going to talk to me then, or are they just going to stay quiet? Whatever. Oh. Oh. How we're doing, people? Thank you for the 5 likes. So the body weight bicep curls. So good for like kind of hitting the biceps. So using your body weight instead of an external weight. So it's the same thing really. It's just, you know, the body doesn't know any difference. Basically, it doesn't care whether it's a dumbbell, a barbell, or it's your own body weight. All it cares about is the tension that you are putting on that muscle. So that's the thing, that's all the body cares about. So yeah. So all these people out there saying you can't build muscle with body weight exercises is bullshit, because the body doesn't know any difference. Right, here we go. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well today. Thank you for the likes. Who have we got in here then? So going back to biceps again, and then we might do the more triceps, and then possibly could do some crunches. I could try doing some leg raises, but I don't know if I'm going to bother with that right now. But yeah, biceps again. Here we go. Let's try and change the angle a bit so you can see it. Hello Turnip, how you doing? We're just doing a full body workout right now. Hope all is well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, that would be really appreciated. Alright, let's carry on. Yeah, thank you. Right, we're doing crunches now. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. Sit down on this bench and we'll do that. So yeah. Gonna have a drink first. It's quite a nice day today actually. Yeah. Yeah, what's everyone up to anyway? What are you up to? Do you do any workouts then or anything? Probably going to do some meditation after this to just relax, you know. Just reset the nervous system. That's what I do it for actually. Just I've noticed I've done like a really hard workout and then I need to do that. Hello Jamie. Sorry, Carol. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Right, here we go. So, hang on. I shouldn't even really be wearing jeans doing this, but let's don't go anything to change into. Might actually try a few leg raises, well, knee raises, whatever. So. Oh, fuck. Alright. I'll do a few sets of crunches, I think, because I want to try and work on the abs and stuff, so make sure they're getting a good workout. Alright. How are we doing, people? I hope you're all well. Welcome in here. I've just probably got a bit of a pump going on, but yeah, I've just been doing some different exercises and stuff, so yeah. Alright, let's do another set of these. Probably still got bits to do, like lateral raises, possibly. Yeah, it's night and day difference, like where I am now compared to where I was a few years ago. So, you know, sometimes if you're ever feeling like you're not making a lot of progress, go back to where you came from. Like look back at where, you know, like the progress that you've made, and just be like, you'd be shocked probably if you actually stuck at it, and you know, you'll probably made more progress than you realise. You're like, oh wow, I really have come quite far. It's just a tip for people who are like struggling with like self-image, because there was a book called Psycho Cybernetics. So yeah. Okay, so let's try another set of these. Alright, mint chocolate, how you doing? Oh, no worries. Are you on like, is like Daisy May on at Summit? She's usually on about this kind of time, isn't she? Yeah, I'm nearly done with my workout, so we'll be getting off pretty soon anyway, but I just do like another round of these. But yeah, been, you know, trying to get better with like pull-ups and things. Now, let's see if I can still do a full pull. Just hit me bottom of my leg on that bar. Oh well, could be worse. Right, let's just give this a try. I'm always doing something on now, you know. Yeah, typical, isn't it? Right. Let's just see. Alright, here we go. Pretty much. Just like, yeah. Yeah, okay. No worries. Oh, you're going skating? Oh, cool. Alright. Yeah, I can't be doing with that. Is that ice skating or something like that? Yeah. Like, freak me out, that stuff. Like, just the thought of it, really, that just, you know. Right. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it then. Oh, skateboarding. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid. It was pretty fun. I just did struggle a bit with balance, being tall, but I managed to get the hang of it though. But yeah. What was that trick called that they do, there's a trick that they do called where you just basically flip the board over. That's like the first trick you probably learn. And then there's one called, try to remember the name of it, but there's a trick where you put 1 foot under and 1 foot over. There's a name for it, can't remember, but yeah. But it's one, anyway, can't remember who I was talking to about that, but yeah. Oh yeah, I think there was somebody here actually talking about that, the skateboard tricks or something. I used to play a lot of like Tony Hawk's and stuff. It's pretty fun, doing all the tricks and what have you. So talking about engaging your core on exercises like push-ups, where you try and keep your core tight. So doing things with good form, you should really be engaging your core in a lot of different exercises, pretty much. Yeah, so basic. I don't know the name. The one flip the board under your feet, and the one with 1 foot and spin it. Yeah, that's Casper, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's like a bit more difficult. It's like the kind of the first one would be like level 1, and then it's like level 2 kind of thing. But yeah, it's hang on a sec. Why isn't either? Yeah, so yeah, Casper's like probably the second trick. There was another trick called a shove it. That's the one where you like. Isn't that where you kind of like? Well, there's one called a pop shove it, which is harder because you have to basically do like an ollie. But shove it is where you just kind of. I can't remember exactly, but it's kind of like you just kind of spin the board around or something. But yeah, shove it's probably like one of the easier ones as well. But like, there's a trick called the boneless as well, where you like basically pick the board up and then you sort of like jump onto the board and land. So that one could be a bit dangerous if you haven't done it before, I guess. Oh, shove it's right. Boneless. Yeah, it just looks a bit dangerous. I don't know. Is it dangerous or something like? I would have thought like there's a good chance it could fuck up or something. But I suppose that could happen with a lot of ones. I've never tried it, but I was just about able to ride it. I used to ride down a few ramps and stuff. I never did the drop in, but I would go down a few like less steep kind of ramps, like bank drops and stuff like that, whatever they call it. Things like that, really. Yeah. Be funny if, I'm sure there's like a trick called a bank transfer. A skateboard trick called a bank transfer, because I know that there's like a spine transfer, which is like when there's like, you know, when you got like two half pipes or whatever, like together or something, and it's like, and you basically just like, you go up over it and then like kind of like, and then onto the other side. It's called a called a spine transfer, because they brought that in on the fourth Tony Hawk game. Takes timing to get a bonus right. It can go wrong though. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it just looks like it could be quite dangerous. Yeah. What about a manual? Can you do that? Where it's basically like the skateboard wheelie, isn't it? But they look like they require a lot of balance, because I remember like on Tony Hawk you'd have to kind of keep it all balanced, and it was quite tricky after a while. Just not fail it, basically. That'd be a pretty cool move if you can do it. You have to like basically go and just kind of put your foot on the lip of the board and like lift it up and keep it kind of that sort of position. But like Rodney Mullen had some pretty cool tricks as well, with like, you know, he'd do like little flatland stuff, where they would like land on the things like where they would land on the side of the board and things like that, you know, and do crazy things, where they would basically do like a kind of basically like a pogo, and the board sort of thing would like literally like hold the board like a pogo stick or something, and try and do some like flips and things and just, like land on it or whatever. A banana flip. Oh really? Well, that's cool. Yeah, most of the flatland stuff is what Rodney Mullen invented. Yeah, it's quite innovative, isn't it? With like the tricks and stuff. Like with this stuff where they would like, they do a lot of stuff with the boards flipped over, and do like where they would like kind of like spin around in a circle and then flip it over and land and things like that. Did he invent the dork slide? Because that's like a grind thing, where apparently it's when you do it that the board just like inevitably snaps. So it's not one you would want to do all the time, obviously, but it does look pretty cool though if you, yeah. It's the one where you have the board flipped over, isn't it? Something like that, if I remember, and but it snaps the board when you do it. Something like that. Oh, did he? Yeah, well, wouldn't be surprising. I remember there was a trick on the Tony Hawk game called it was called the Nata spin or something, where it was basically on a fire hydrant, and it would spin around on the fire hydrant. And there was another thing they put on it called skitching, or whatever it's called, which was like basically where you're like holding onto the back of a car. So it was kind of fun, like when you could do that stuff. You'd have to like basically hold on to the back of a car that's, you know, in motion to get some. Yeah, I remember there was this bit on Tony Hawk's Underground where you got to like go in this car or something, and like you could say you had to like basically go over the bridge to the other side, and you would like unlock the other side of the level. Quite fun doing that stuff, but yeah, skitching, yeah. But there was that car, I remember, like, I don't know if you remember, it was that, what was it called, that, it turned out to be a bit of a dick or something like that. That guy, that, what was it called? Was it Eric or something? I think it was Eric. The guy who was like, Yeah, he had the green car or something, but you used to like use it to like kind of get around and stuff, and we got use it to go over the bridge. Oh, is it not Eric Costa? No, wasn't there another guy? I can't remember his name, but there was some other guy. It wasn't a skateboarder. I mean, it was just somebody that was in the story who was like, I can't remember if it was called Eric or something. I can't remember his name, but I'd have to find out. But he was like a bit of a. It was a bit of a. Yeah. I don't know. It was like. If I remember, he was like not a very good guy or something. I don't know. The storylines were pretty like silly. I don't know. Just the hippie dude. No, I don't think it was hippie. I don't know if he was like a druggie or whatever, but he was the questionable guy or something. But there was like, do you ever play Tony Hawk's American Wasteland as well? That was one where you like take bits to like a wasteland and you fill it up, and you'd have to like destruct, like you know, basically take stuff off of buildings and stuff, and it had this thing where you'd have like, you know, day and night transitions and stuff, and you could even go to sleep for a few hours. It was quite fun to do that stuff, but yeah, it was I guess trying to make it a bit more of like a simulation kind of thing where you actually had shops in it and stuff. It was and what was cool, like, when you go between levels, it has this transition. It's quite clever because instead of having like a loading screen, they used this kind of like transition instead. So I remember there was this bit going from Santa Monica to Oil Rig, and you would go down this like tunnel or something, and then it would pop out into like the oil rig. So it kind of like, it was a way of trying to like, I guess the game was kind of loading during that kind of thing. It was a way to kind of yeah, make it less boring, I guess. Yeah, it was a kind of clever idea to like do that, I suppose. Yeah, they had this oil rig which was like out on the sea, and it was yeah, it even had like a casino level in it at the end. Like, I think it was, I mean, Las Vegas. It was Las Vegas, in like a casino. So it was all basically around like Los Angeles and that kind of, you know, greater area of that. Like, you had levels like Hollywood, you had, what is it, Beverly Hills, downtown, Santa Monica, East LA. There was all these, like, it was all around LA, and then you had Las Vegas as well, which was, obviously Las Vegas isn't LA, but it's just like that side of America. But yeah, I don't know if I'd really be that interested in going to Las Vegas. I don't know. I'm not really into that kind of lifestyle, so if someone's really into gambling and stuff, maybe Richard would like that, Not you, I meant a different Richard. I think maybe he would be into that stuff, because he's like, he likes gambling and stuff. He literally, yeah, does that. Yeah, he does a lot of that stuff, but he knows ways, like, he knows some tricks to, like, basically make money from it. Like, there are ways that it can be done where it's like, for example, arbitrage and stuff like that, where you can, like, bet on stuff, and you can basically be pretty much, this is not like financial advice or anything, by the way, but it's just, there is ways of making it to where it's not really gambling, if you know what I mean. Las Vegas is for gamblers, yeah, or people get married in Las Vegas too, yeah, true. And I suppose there's a lot of like shows and stuff that go on there. You have like Penn and Teller and stuff, like these magicians. You know, it's great for those sort of type of people, isn't it? A lot of that type of stuff there. But it's literally called Sin City, so it's like a degenerate kind of place, really, a lot of it. So I'm not sure I'd really feel like I'd fit in there. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. All right, I'll see you later. Bye bye. my... Oh yeah, you're sitting Penn and Teller. Oh sorry. Yeah, it's Penn and Teller's. Yeah, I used to watch Penn and Teller Fool Was. I'll talk about that later, but yeah.